I'm joined here today by the one, the only, of course, I'm talking about Dhiego Lima. Finally set to fight Belal Muhammad coming up soon. What's going on, sir? How are you?
How you doing, boss? I'm doing great, man. Thank you.
I'm doing well, man. Thanks for asking. Listen, man, this fight, how many hurdles did you have to jump through to finally get this rescheduled? I feel like it was happening, COVID comes in, but it seems like it's finally happening now.
Man, I've had a saying, for this trying to fight, trying to get a reschedule. It's just what's a fart to a baby that's pooped themselves already. There's
What an expression. Wow.
hey, it's been bad the whole year, and then I'm just going with it, man. I'm staying happy, doing all that. It was just more training for me, just more training for me. I could have picked another opponent, but it's like I told you, man. What's a fart? It's like it's all it's all bad already. Had a schedule. He ended up being ranked, so it's like that was the difference right there. It's just him being ranked, and it was New Year's, he was around Christmas, so I got to enjoy all that. So that's why I didn't mind it. I took the fight in short notice at first. So, January, I was like, give me more time. I was like, all right, we'll just wait for January. And then, I actually found out through his interview. He did an
Oh,
interview
yeah.
on MMA
Yeah, that's right.
Junkie.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know. I'm thinking we're going to fight January 16th. So, I'm dieting hard and all that. And I think it was whenever that interview, like it was 3 days after that interview. And then I was like, wait a minute, February, I didn't even know this. So, I was just like, yeah, whatever, man. Just go right ahead. What's another 2, 3 weeks to add for me to train? So I was like, that's fine, man. I'll wait. It doesn't matter.
There we go. You mentioned some of the holidays a little bit. You've
Mhm.
been in America for a long time now. Are you at that
Yeah.
point where you've embraced Thanksgiving? Like, is it like it might not be my holiday, but let's finally do it, or is Thanksgiving still
Oh
my
no,
thing?
man. Thanksgiving, and that's my favorite one, man. I love it. I love it. Yeah, this was actually. Did I eat this thing? Yeah, I ate good this Thanksgiving. It was still a little close to when we were supposed to originally fight. Yeah, it was December 19th, the original one. But I enjoyed it, man. I enjoyed it. It was good. That's my favorite holiday. I missed the past 2 years, I believe, because one of them I fought Chad Laprise December 8th, and then the other one I think was December as well. So I've missed a
Oh yeah,
couple, and I was like, this one. Oh yeah, the last one I was in Australia for Jucon's fight.
that's right.
So I missed two, and I was like, this one I'm eating, I'm pigging out, and that's what I did.
Thanksgiving's a weird one, right? Because when you're not American, it's like it's not really our holiday. But then you start looking
Right.
at some of their food, and you see like things like stuffing. It's like, hold on, you're not gonna find something like stuffing
Oh
anywhere
yeah,
else in the
man.
world. Like, you got to go for it.
You gotta go for it, man. And yeah, and my wife's American, so it,
There we
it
go.
makes it.
Yeah.
Her parents cooked. It was amazing.
There we go. That's what it is. You have to have the American, because for my family, it's like we're French, so we. It took us, I think, 15 years to get the hang of everything. You try to cook everything. We gave up on the turkey because, there's the turkey is just like it's not even that good to
Not even
fuss
that. It's
over.
so dry and all that. Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
cook your own food. Make it a feast, but everybody cook their own food. Doesn't matter what it is.
that's right. But the stuffing, man, once we got stuffing down, it's like, wow, who could have guessed? I told somebody on, I think it
Right?
was Twitter, I was like, who could have guessed bread and like chicken broth would be so good? Like, wow.
I know, right? And it tastes amazing.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. Let's get to your fight a little bit, man. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like 2020 you were supposed to fight, right? You had Alex Morono calling you out. You're obviously supposed to fight Bilal, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What were you doing during that long break? Because I know you had stuff from your fight in Australia, right? You guys were trying to get that taken care of and all that stuff
Mm-hmm.
with the judging. I mean, what's been going
Yeah.
on for you this whole time?
Man, not yeah, because when I had to pull out of the Morona fight, and I ended up having surgery. What was it, February 13th? Actually, it's 1 year. When
Oh,
I fight, it's gonna be 1 year since my surgery. So yeah, I had to have surgery, So I was out for 6 months. I had a neck fusion. It had to fuse completely for me to start training again. So that fused in 6 months, and then right before that, 4.5 months into it, I had to have wrist surgery. Just fixing up old injuries. I was like, you know what, I'm out already. And then that one was just supposed to be a little scope. They was gonna scope out some scar tissues, and then it didn't show in the MRI that one of my ligaments was popped to the other side. So they had to move that in place, stitch it in place. So it turned out into a major surgery. So that added on to the rehab, added on to the comeback. So, it's just dealing with all that. And then as I like 1 month after the surgery, that's when I got COVID. And then, I wasn't training at all. Coming from two surgeries, so I got it bad, dude. I was literally in bed dying for like 14 days. Like I couldn't move, fever, body. I got the worst of it for 14 days. And then, And then here we are, it's still good. I survived, man. I'm here. I'm ready to fight. I'm in shape now. So that's what matters, man. It was a tough year, definitely. But, I grew a lot spiritually, man. I was happy the whole time. And, nothing changed, man. Nothing changed. Just hurdles after hurdles. But I run through them, man. Each one, all right, not surgery, keep going, man. I run through them all, happy, keep going. And here we are.
So how was COVID for you? Like, it sounds like it was really bad. Did you, lose your smell, your taste, everything? Did you have like all
That
the
was
symptoms we hear about?
That was the only thing I didn't get was the
Wow.
smell and the taste. But man, fever, body aches, like had a 104 fever. Like, man, it was bad, bad. I couldn't eat. Like my body would just crave one thing. It was like Chick-fil-A and Burger King. So I would just eat. My wife would go get me a soup, a sandwich. I would eat once a day and then just pass out the whole day and just be in bed. I literally stayed in bed for 14 days, man, like
Wow.
doing nothing. I couldn't move. Like my wife would check on me, hey, you alive? Like, it was that bad, man. It was that bad. But then after coming back, it didn't affect the lungs or anything like that. So, it was just a bad flu. That's what it was for me. Just a really bad flu.
I think that's the scary thing too with the athletes, right? Like they talk about, like I think Hamzat Shemaev is having issues with his lungs still and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
it's
man.
good to hear. Like it sounds like you don't have
Hmm.
too much aftermath from that.
No, no, it wasn't bad. They actually, because even for the fight now, man, you got to get like a ultrasound. They're making you do all these tests to make sure, so the UFC is on top of it, man. These are like freaking $4,000, things that they pay for you to get. So, they're on top of it, man. And mine, I'm good to go. It was bad, but we're here.
And so now you're set to take on Belal Muhammad. You mentioned that
Mhm.
you may have had a choice of other opponents. Are you able
Mhm.
to tell us sort of what
No,
your
I
options were?
didn't, man. Because they asked, does he want to fight somebody else? And I was like, no, man, it's fine. We'll just wait. It was around the holidays and all that, so it's just like, no, it's just because I took the Bilal fight in short notice. So I was like, all right, now I'm pretty much in the middle of original camp. So it's like, no, just another few weeks to just do good for me.
And so how do you like this fight with Belal Muhammad? Obviously, I believe you said he was ranked and stuff like that. Like
Mhm.
this seems like a pretty important fight for you at this point in your career.
Man, absolutely, man. For me to get a fight like this, it's just about jumping on opportunities. As soon as Sean Brady got hurt, I texted them right away. It was like, hey, I'll take this fight. And then they were like, they didn't really like the matchup at first. And then they were like, no. So I was like, okay, no worries. But then, like 2 weeks, 3 weeks after that, they called me. And it's like, hey, you still want that fight? I was like, really? Like, come on. So, but I just kind of had a feeling that they were going to give it to me anyway. So I was just like, you know what? Let me go ahead and be ready and train. So, but that's amazing, man. For me to be out for so long, I'm going to be, once we fight in February, that's a year after my surgery. But then I fought in October. Yeah, that'll be a year and like 3, 4 months out. So to get a ranked guy right away, man, that's amazing, dude. Just a blessing, man. Like I'm just very excited for it. That's why the opportunity. I couldn't pass up on this opportunity. It's just too good of an opportunity.
I know a lot of people are going to be asking you about ring rust. Is that something you think at all about, or
I
are you
have
thinking of?
no clue.
Yeah,
I have
that's
no
right.
clue, man. Unless I'm in there, I'll tell you after the fight if it's gonna
Yeah.
play a factor or not. I can't do anything about that. I'm training the same way. I'm 100%. That's all I can control. That's all I can control. If there is a little ring rust, we'll see, man. I'll play it out. I'll slow it down. I'll move a lot more, and we'll just see. We'll have to see when the bell rings. I have no clue. Because people are like, oh, ring rust is not real, all that. It's like all the ones that say that, man, they go in there and then they freeze. It's like, they're like, oh yeah, it's real for sure. But we'll just see how it'll affect me, man. I can't, you won't know until it's in there.
I think that's the most honest answer I've ever gotten to that question. Because people are always saying, like you said, man, it's not real, or hopefully not.
Yeah,
But you're
man.
the yeah.
People say everything to hide their feelings. I'm not gonna hide my feelings, man. I'm gonna face it on. If it's there, I'm gonna face it on and beat it. You can't try to hide your feelings, and then when you go in there, it happens. Then what? You're not ready for it,
Yeah.
man. Like every fight, man, everything. I'm always prepared to win, of course. I'm prepared to lose. I'm prepared to draw, and I'm prepared to pull out. The next day that I'm gonna fly out. Doesn't matter, man. For me, like I control what I can control. Anything else, it's just God's protection, man. So I'm gonna control what I can always, and I'm not gonna be fearful, man. Most fights, you're afraid, you go, you gotta just gotta face that fear and keep going the same way.
With all the time off, because obviously there's a lot of stuff keeping you out, like the COVID, the surgeries,
Hmm.
everything. Did your body change at all during that time? 'Cause I can't imagine you're in the gym like you normally would and
Oh,
eating stuff
heck
like
yeah, bro. I got up
yeah.
to like 220 pounds, man.
Wow.
Like it was, yeah. You're huge. I actually did a little before and after picture. I was just messing with my phone and saw old pictures. You'll be like, what? It's
Yeah.
crazy, man. I got huge, man. The comeback was rough, man. I had to put in a lot of work to get in, top shape again. So, it took time. It definitely took time, but feel the best I've ever been, man. Finally healthy, don't have to worry about this stupid neck getting stingers in the middle of fights anymore. So that's something that I'm really looking forward to. Just fighting with no worries.
It sounds like you did a dirty bulk. I mean, did you put on any muscle from that? Was there any benefit to getting up to 220, or was it just all just not good at all?
What was it?
Did you put on any muscle at all from getting up to 220?
No, not at all. He was all fat. He was all fat. Just bad food, man. Fast food. Enjoying like pizza with the kids. Fast food with the kids. Hey, I had the time, and I never did. I'm always on a diet. I'm always training. So I just watch them eat and don't. So this time I was like, you know what? I'm gonna enjoy this. I'm gonna make the best of this, man. So they're like, hey, let's get McDonald's at. All right, let's go.
Yeah,
Boom. So
yeah.
he was just all big.
This fight against Belal Muhammad, we know Belal's style by now. He's a guy who's very well rounded and everything. How
Mhm.
do you like the matchup heading into this one?
I love it, man. That's why I waited for this fight, man. It's a great matchup for me, man. I feel, man, I'm prepared to go anywhere in this fight, man. You want to take me down, take me down. I can take you down. I can strike with you. I can box with you. I can kick with you. Whatever it is, he's the guy that's just gonna keep coming, man. It's just those fights that I love, man. I love. It's a fist fight, man. With him, you don't have to worry about that. He's good everywhere. So it's like, man, I'm good everywhere. Let's go in there and we're gonna fight, man. That's why it's so exciting, and I just feel it's a great matchup for me.
Where are you training for this fight? Is it safe to assume you're at your gym in Atlanta?
Yeah, my gym, we opened in the middle of COVID and all that. Me and my brother opened up our own gym. We had one already, so we just separated partners. The guy that we were with, he stayed at the gym that we were, and then now me and my brother opened up a new one. So it's American Top Team, Team Lima, and then we're here, and then Jucon's gym is about 30 minutes from us. His is American Top Team Atlanta. So just between, we go one day to his, one day to ours. Got my boxing coaches on the side, and it's been a great camp, man. Amazing guys. Just had a lot of guys to train with. Will Brooks has been helping us out a lot, man. And, a lot of great training partners, man. Just amazing, man. Amazing, amazing.
You mentioned Will Brooks. He's at kind of a weird point in his career. Do you have any kind of update, like when we can expect to see him, or what's kind of going on with Will
No,
Brooks?
man, he's looking, man. He's trying to find it, man. He's been training. That guy does not stop, man. He's always training, always doing his conditioning at home. He's been helping me in this whole camp. He's always, man, amazing, amazing work ethic. And he's just waiting for the right opportunity. He gets calls all the time, and, sooner or later, we'll see him get one. He was supposed to fight in Alabama not long ago, but the whole COVID thing, it dropped that. So he's just waiting, man. But hey, that boy's trouble, man. When he comes back, that boy can beat anybody at 155. Anybody. He's amazing, man. Dude is like 180 pounds. He throws me around like crazy. I'm like, man, really? Like, come on. You got freaking Saquon Barkley legs. So
Oh, yeah, that's right. He does have gigantic legs,
oh
but
yeah, it's ridiculous, dude. He's so explosive. So he's been able to help me out a lot this camp.
this fight with Belal Muhammad, man, what's the pressure like as you head into a fight like this? Because obviously you've had some time off. I mean, this
Mhm.
seems like the fight. Like if you win this, like you're gonna be top 15 most
Yeah.
likely
Hmm.
if the rankings make sense, which they don't always. But it seems like you've
You
got a
can never
lot.
trust them.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
can never trust them, man. But man, for me, there's no pressure at all, dude. I'm just so happy to fight again, man. About what, a year ago, man, I was just sitting on the table getting my neck cut open, man. I never thought I was going to be able to fight again. You always had that fear, man. It's like, that's my neck. You only have one neck, man. You got two knees, two hands. You break a hand, you got the other one. But dude, your neck, it's like you only got one neck, man, and that's controls pretty much your whole body is your spine. So he was very scary, man. I'm just so happy to be able to fight again. You have no idea, man. There's no pressure, man. I'm gonna get up in there. I'm gonna have fun. I don't care what happens after, man. Like I don't care about any of that. I'm just happy to fight again, and put on a great performance, man. Just show everything I've learned. I'm healthy now, and I've been working. I got fat and all that throughout, but trust me, I've been doing my own work. The secret stuff will show. When we do. I've been working. You guys will see.
There we go, man. One last question. You're gonna hear
Mm,
it a million times, so you got to hear it too. But how do you see
mm.
yourself getting your hand raised in this fight?
Anywhere, man. Anywhere. I feel like it's gonna be a great fight, man. But I'm ready for a decision. I'm ready to get a knockout. I'm ready to get a submission. I'm ready for everything, man. We'll see. One way or the other, my hand will be raised at the end, man. That's all that matters. You're gonna see a number by my name coming that following week, and go from there, man.
There we go. We look forward to it. It's gonna be a great fight, and I'll tell you that.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks so much for the time, man. I really appreciate it. I'm glad to see that you're back and able to fight again.
No problem at all, man. Thanks for having me. And yeah, man, I'm so excited, man. Can't wait to be back. Cannot wait.